In Movies and Money, just in time for the big release of the long-awaited film Tenet, AMC theater chain is out with a plan to have 420 locations operating this weekend. That sent the stock higher. Film critic Erik Childress just had the opportunity to view Tenet. Hello to you, Erik.
Hi, Angie.
We've been talking about Tenet now for months. Here's a look.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors, some of the wrong ones too. Use it carefully.
What's your review of the film, Erik?
That's a good question, Angie. We certainly don't have the time to reveal all my thoughts about it, nor am I totally confident in calling these final thoughts with only a single viewing. What I will say is that this is Christopher Nolan's latest sprawling epic, one with the feel of a James Bond film, but with the filmmaker's fascination with the concept of time and how it moves our lives and even plays games with our concept of it. And as someone who has had every one of his films on my top 10 list each year since Memento back in 2001, I have to say that this one disappointed me on several levels. Certainly the film is the kind of propulsive visual experience that we want for movies of its type, and the set pieces, one after another, are quite striking. But where I can explain Inception to you in my sleep, I was frequently lost during Tenet, whether it be a sound design that made it hard to hear key bits of information along the way, or simply that Nolan's screenplay can't catch up to his own mind. I was often too behind the curve on what was happening from scene to scene, and more shockingly, I found myself just not caring about the characters, their mission, or the tricks up anyone's sleeves. And that is something I would never have considered going into a Christopher Nolan film.
Tenet did have a solid international debut over the weekend. How do you think U.S. audiences are going to respond?
Christopher Nolan's track record would suggest that Warner Brothers should be very happy with a number around 20 million this weekend. Anything more, they should be ecstatic. But also remember that the coast is pretty clear for audiences to discover Tenet in theaters all through September, as practically all other big releases have bailed. Though I wonder if word of mouth will be strong enough to propel its numbers to the steady pace that the studio really needs to cover its budget.
For people who are not ready to head to the theater yet, there are a couple of new streaming releases. Tell us what you recommend.
It will cost you $29.99 to see Mulan at home, which may not be a great price if you're alone, but certainly a good deal for a family of 3 or more that may have gone opening weekend, and you can watch it as many times as you want after that. And I'm happy to report that this is a version worth your time. This one may not have Eddie Murphy's talking dragon, but it treats the story with a lot of respect, the action scenes are well done, and it feels like the movie that director Nikki Caro should have had the chance to make over 15 years ago after her breakthrough Whale Rider. Also, for those who want something challenging but can't make it out to Tenet, Charlie Kaufman, the Oscar-winning screenwriter of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and adaptation, has his latest work, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, on Netflix this weekend. Like Tenet, it would take more than just a few minutes to describe it in full, and it is likely to have just as many people scratching their heads, but I found it to be a far more intricate and emotional puzzle box involving the horrors of aging and regret. Now, don't shoot the messenger when I say that it may be more for fans of his work, but then again, I had hoped the same for Tenet too.
We have to take a moment to remember Chadwick Boseman.
I think the reason the news of Chadwick Boseman's passing hit me so hard over the weekend was not for thinking about the movies he's done or what we're going to miss out on without him, but seeing the videos of his humanity, his joy, his tears, and that kind of decency I can't get enough of in this world. And I thought about all those who looked up to him as a hero because of Black Panther and how it was likely they were going to discover that he was going to grow into a real-life hero. I hope what we know now about how he fought through that wretched disease will inspire new generations, particularly the young who continue to fight for their lives and realize their dreams as well.
Thank you, Erik. Chadwick was truly one of the best role models of our time on screen and off. We will be right back. More Business First AM. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.